Hello dear friends, we have a special movie for you today in a very special loft. Thanks to my friend Joe Herbots, because he speaking and we may come here. So we are visiting YOURI DEBLANC, and I hold that one of the most powerful pigeons which I ever hold in my hand. I'm honestly with that.
Thank you. Nice.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
YOURI play from 400 to 900 kilometers, and I saw him in the internet, and I asked Herbots to ask if I may have a visit, and I want to share it with you. YOURI, very nice pigeons.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Very nice ones.
I select on, of course, on the races, but to where I live, I need strong pigeons capable of flying against the winds and tough conditions. So that's why I think you see the result of hard selection. Also, I have a very close family of pigeons. If I may say so.
Can you tell us a little bit about the family of Julien?
Yeah. So
it's a nice story.
It's
you have to repeat that now.
Yeah, I'll explain it. So I had one bird I got for free from Erik Vermander, who had Noël Lippens, famous at that time. So I lived here in an old house till 2010, and I only had one good bird, Julien. He flew 7th National Irun. So he was only 18 months old. But with the flu, we couldn't raise in France, so they decided to go to Irun, which is 920 kilometers. I never raced national race before, so I put Julien on Irun, and he arrived at 10:30 in the dark in the evening. So great pigeon. Then I stopped with the pigeons, and I restarted again in 2014, only with Julien as a cock and 3 hens. I coupled Julien with the 3 hens, and I started racing in 2015, and immediately I got first prizes with this strain, with this family. And from 2019, results are getting better and better. So I have first national Libourne in 2019, this year second international Aachen. The second international Aachen is also inbred, so it's son Julien multiplied with daughter Julien. And this is a grandson of Julien. I will take the second international Aachen if you want.
Yeah.
So this is the second international Aachen this year. So his mother is a daughter of Julien, and she self-flew the 3rd international Saint-Vincent, and his father is
the 3rd international Saint-Vincent.
In 2017.
790 kilometers to Aachen, and Saint-Vincent
is 800 something. I mentioned it here.
870.
Yeah, 870.
Yeah.
So his mother was a very good hen. His father is also a son of Julien, so it's son multiplied with daughter Julien, so it's really close inbred. But this year, at Aachen, I had a great result. So there were 18,000 pigeons. I had basket 8 pigeons, and I have 8 pigeons in 1 hour and 40 minutes. I have the 2nd international, the 6th international, the 18th international, and so on. So I really, and it was good weather, tough weather, good for my birds.
What is the average speed here?
1200 meters is for me a speed which I like, between 1000 and 1200. That's the best speed for me. If it's above 1400 meters, my pigeons do not excel as much as they excel in more tough conditions.
How many breeders you have?
I have 12 couples of breeders.
Many.
Yeah, I'm a hard-working person, so I am not professional, so I have work I have 4 children, so I don't have a lot of time. I have 12 male breeders and 24 hens, and then I change. The 12 male breeders, 11 of them are son or grandson of Julien, and they all flew top 10 national. So I have on my breeding loft, first national Libourne, grandson Julien, second international Aachen, grandson Julien, third national Brive, grandson Julien, fourth national Limoges, son Julien, fifth national Guéret, grandson Julien. So I only want Julien's and top 10 national. If they don't fly top 10 national, they don't go on my breeding loft.
And how many youngsters you fly?
100. Yeah.
You fly 100 youngsters.
Yeah, but I don't have a lot of time, so I don't really raise them. Sometimes I only can train them after the season with the old, so they don't have a lot of experience as a yearling.
Until what distance, or is not important?
200 only. Yeah, and then so it depends on how much time I have. Then the year afterwards I start playing them, and like for example last year, the first national race of Bourges, I come with unexperienced yearlings, but I have the 10th national Bourges, 16th national Bourges of 30,000 pigeons. 30,000. But and the price percentage is not 80% then, so I have then 40%. But from each national race onward, I kill then the 7, 8 not good ones, and then until the end of the season I have from the 100 youngsters I still have 30 yearlings, and then I go with 30 yearlings and I have 26 prizes. For example, in this year in Brive and Châteauroux together I basket 30 yearlings, I have 26 prizes, 1 out of 10.
Just a second, I don't understand. You go with 100 youngsters?
Yes.
So
I have 100 youngsters I wean.
Yeah.
I kill 5 youngsters because they don't have strong wing. I lose some, but not too much. Yeah. The year after I start with 90 yearlings, but without selection and no experience.
And 30 pigeons are 2 years.
And then I keep from that 90 about 25 to 30, 2 years.
2 years. Yeah.
That's the first time I select them. However, I don't wait until the end of the season. During the year, I start selecting already, and I put them Excel, and then let's say from beginning of July, each week I go with a basket and I take 6 or 7 and I kill them. And then the week after I do that again until I have a team for the last 3-4 important races of 25-30. Yeah, and then I want to show also price percentage is almost 100%. Yeah.
And how many old birds you raise
30.
generally?
30.
Old birds, 2 or 3 years?
Yeah, 30, of which some go Limoges, Cahors, Libourne, some go Narbonne, Saint-Vincent, Aachen, and then I go with a selected team of 3 birds, 2 birds, 6 birds. But yeah, with the idea, like for example, when I won first national Libourne, I basket 3 birds. I have the first national, the 90 national and the 120 national. The other one could also fly first national at that moment. So I only basket all birds, and I want from the first till the last one I basket to be sure that they can go for the first prize.
Yeah. Let me see if I understand correctly. Your focus is more on the old birds, 2 or 3 years?
Yes, exactly. Yearlings, old birds.
When the season starts for you, the real season? Interesting races.
Beginning of June.
Beginning of June?
Yeah, with Limoges. Yeah. But as I told you, for example, this weekend we have Orléans, which is for me not important. My pigeons, my old birds didn't yet have a female, so they didn't see a female since 2 months. I basket them. Sorry?
Only cocks?
Yeah, only cocks, but also yearling females.
Yeah.
But also they didn't see their partners. And I have, you saw my result, first, second, third, and so on. So,
so this is really interesting. You keep them separate and they don't meet even when they are coming?
No.
You send them different races or?
Yes, so I select that they don't meet until I want them to be more and more motivated. So my whole system, which is based upon training, selection and motivation, and most importantly the Julien DNA, but I then gradually built up. Next week, for example, we have again a provincial flight. For the first time they will arrive and see a hen. The hens for the first time will see or will fall together with their partners.
And you keep the hens on the same system?
Yeah, the yearlings here are flown like young birds with the door. Because my young birds are not trained when they are young birds, they are not motivated. So I fly my yearlings as young bird, in fact, with the door. And then once they are 2 years old, I put the cocks on the traditional widowership with a fixed hen. Because for male, only 1 year in the, without a fixed hen, then they lose motivation.
Yeah.
If they are 2 years old, they need, in my opinion, they need a hen, a fixed hen when they arrive. Yeah.
And the old hens?
And the old hens, a fixed male then.
Okay.
Yeah. So in fact, I combine 3 systems. Yeah. Which is a bit of thinking in the head. Yeah. Yeah. But as my season only starts, let's say beginning of June, for me it's 2 months of importance.
Work, yeah.
First Limoges until now it's the last flight is Libourne and Perpignan. Yeah, and then after 9 weeks, yeah, it's relaxed again. I'm also relaxed.
How many times they fly outside?
So also there I built up.
Yeah.
Until the end of May only once. Then from starting June twice. And starting June I also sometimes in the week they go another training. And sometimes if I want to build up, yeah, they do kilometers. Eh? I let them train, and then it's train, eat, rest, train, eat, rest.
And you train with car?
I train not yet now, but when the important flights begin, I train by car. Yeah, but not 3-4 times, and more the hens than the cocks. Yeah. Why? The hens, yeah, they start to fly a bit less. They start to look at each other. So the training from, let's say, June onwards goes downwards, so I have to compensate that with training by car.
Motivation.
Yeah, once, twice a week. The cocks less, because for them it's disrupting their focus also. So I don't want to touch them too much, the cocks. They have to rest mainly. Cocks are other than the hens, I think. Yeah.
I know. Yeah. I know that.
In real life also, a human also. Yeah. Hens are
very much similitude.
Sorry?
Very much things are the same with women and pigeons.
Okay. Yeah.
Women's, men's and cocks.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. They are stronger than the male.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. At least my wife is stronger than me, so.
I recognize too.
Yeah.
I hope she will see it.
Yeah, I will show it to her.
We cannot finish with this video before we show you some other special pigeons. I hold the son of Julien, 6 national Montauban. Very difficult flight.
Yeah.
760 kilometers,
yeah.
But 14 hours flight.
14 hours flight. Only
1-4.
20 pigeons arrived in the evening. And a lot of pigeons lost, and very tough flight. Yeah. And also very good breeder. He is father of 3rd National Breeder, 3rd National Bourget, 4th National Limoges, 5th National Ace 2020, 5th best European hen extreme long distance last year, and so on. He's a brother of this bird.
And in 2 weeks after Montauban?
Yeah, so 2 weeks after Montauban, I say give him some confidence after this difficult flight, and I put him on a 300 kilometer flight, and was rather tough condition also, but he flew first 20 minutes ahead the second one. The year afterwards, I basked
300 kilometers.
Yeah, 300. It was a pigeon who wanted to be always the first, and you cannot hold him also.
Yeah,
you see, he's always fighting. Yeah, very smart pigeon. Also great eye. Also for me, he has white. Look, I have white toenails, white backs, white, and with my inbreeding, I also have white feathers sometimes, and that's good. I think it's a good sign of healthy DNA. Eh?
Yeah.
It's a bit strange what I say, but I look at that.
Thank you very much, Yuri, and
no problem. Thank you for your visit. It was an honor for me to have you here.